Hello everyone, and welcome to another What's for Dinner on WW Personal Points plan. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what we had for dinner this week on WW. We tried out a new meal this week, as well as had a couple of our favorites. I'm going to be showing you all those and giving you my personal points for these meals. Make sure to check down in the description box below, though, to find either links to my recipe builder where you can find your points for these meals, or if I have done a full recipe video on one of these meals before, I will have a link to that full recipe video where you will find ingredients, instructions, and a link to my recipe builder to get your points. But all information that you're going to be needing is going to be down below in that description box, so definitely check that out. And let's get into this video and see what we had for dinner this week. First up is Cashew Chicken. I really love this one, and I don't make it near enough. Every time I make it, I say that I need to make it more because it's just so good. This time I made it because I had a bunch of extra veggies I need to use up, and that works really well in this recipe. So this one starts with a wok that you're going to heat a little bit of oil in. And then once that oil is heated, I add in some chopped broccoli, some chopped red, yellow, and orange bell pepper, and then I also add a little fresh ground black pepper to this. I then cook all this in here. I then stir this all up and cook it until that broccoli is just starting to soften. At that point, I add in some chopped mushroom and green onion, stir that in, and let that cook until the mushrooms are starting to soften. And while that is cooking over there, I'm going to go ahead and make my sauce, which starts off with some cornstarch, some apple cider vinegar, soy sauce, hoisin sauce, honey, and finally some fresh chopped up ginger. Then I'm going to just stir all that together real well. Then I'm going to add in some chopped, cooked, boneless, skinless chicken breast, my sauce, and some cashews. Then I'm going to stir all that together real well and let that continue to cook until those cashews have softened up. And here's what it looks like when it is done. While I had this cooking, I was also cooking up some rice in my rice maker here because we're going to have that with this tonight. And here is dinner tonight. I've got a serving of that cashew chicken, which is just about 2 cups. It makes 6 servings total. And that is going to be 5 points for me, plus it earns you 3 veggie points, which is pretty good. Along with that, tonight we're having brown rice. We don't always have rice with this. A lot of times I'll just eat it by itself. But tonight we're having brown rice. That's a 1/2 cup, which is going to be 3 points. So that makes dinner total for me tonight 8 points. And again, there is a 3 points earned for the veggies. Next up is tuna noodle casserole. I love this one for a lot of reasons. One, it's pasta, which I love. It's also a very classic comfort food, and my kiddo loves it. So this one is good for a lot of different reasons. It starts with getting some whole wheat pasta boiling. This time I'm using spaghetti, but you could use whatever type of pasta you want. And then over here I've got a non-stick pan that I'm gonna add in some mushrooms and chopped red onions. And I'm gonna cook both of those until they are softened. Now, if you don't have a non-stick pan, you're probably gonna wanna use a little cooking spray. Next up, you're gonna add a little dry wine to this. I'm just using a Merlot. Now, if you don't wanna add wine to it, you don't have to, but it does add a nice flavor, I find. You're gonna cook that wine in there until a lot of it evaporates off. Then you're gonna add in some skim milk, soy sauce, a little bit of ground black pepper, and you're gonna stir all that together real well. Then you're gonna add in a couple cans of tuna fish and a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. Now, typically I use frozen peas. I didn't have any on hand. So there, I just added in some of this Fiesta blend cheese and a little bit of this Parmesan cheese. And then I'm gonna stir all that in until those cheeses melt. Then I'm gonna add in some non-fat plain Greek yogurt. You could use fat-free sour cream as well. I'm gonna stir that in real well. And then I'm gonna add in my cooked spaghetti and stir that in real well too. I like to kind of break this up a little bit, the noodles up, so that it stirs in a little easier. Next, you're going to take a 13 by 9 inch casserole dish, spray it with a little cooking spray, and pour in your pasta mixture. You're gonna kind of even that out, and then on top of it, you're gonna sprinkle a little bit more of the Fiesta blend cheese and the Parmesan cheese. And then once you've got all your cheese sprinkled on there, you're gonna bake this at 350 for about 20 minutes or until that cheese is nice and melted like this. And here is a serving of that, which is 1/8 of the total. And for me, it is 3 points. Along with it, I am also having a salad. That's just some chopped romaine. I've added some baby carrots, some red onion, and some sliced avocado to it. All of that is 0 points because avocado is a 0-point food for me. I also went ahead and added some of this Bolthouse Farms classic ranch yogurt dressing. I only used about a tablespoon of that, which is a point. So that makes my salad a point. And I'm also gonna count a point earned for veggies because that salad is at least a cup. It's probably bigger than that, but we're just gonna call it a point earned. So this makes my dinner total 4 points plus 1 point earned for non-starchy veggies. Next up is a new recipe that I tried out this week, and that is for turkey bean and vegetable chili. This one sounded interesting, and with the weather we've been having, being really, really cold, it sounded like a good one to try right now. This starts off with a large pot and a pound of lean ground turkey that is 93% lean. You're gonna just cook this on a medium-high heat until that turkey is browned. Once that's browned, you're gonna go ahead and remove it from the pot, and then in that same pot, you're gonna add a chopped onion, and you're gonna cook that for a couple minutes until it is translucent. At that point, you're gonna add in some garlic and cook that for another minute or so. Next, you're gonna add in some chopped carrots, and then I've got a mixture there of red, yellow, and orange bell pepper. I believe the recipe calls for 2 bell peppers. It also calls for celery, which I don't have on hand, so I'm not adding that in there. You're then gonna stir it all together and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna add in some smoked paprika, some chili powder, ground cumin, oregano, salt, and then I'm gonna mix that in and cook that for about a minute. Next, you're gonna add in some chicken broth, 3 cans of Rotel, a can of rinsed and drained kidney beans, a can of fat-free refried beans, and then you're gonna add your cooked turkey back in. You're gonna stir everything together real well, and you're going to bring this mixture to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, you're gonna reduce the heat to low, and you're gonna continue cooking it uncovered for about 35 minutes, stirring every 5 minutes or so, until it looks like this. And here is dinner. That is a serving of that, which is 1/8 of the total, or about 1.5 cups. And for me, the points are gonna be 3 points for that. I also added a little jalapeno and some fat-free Greek yogurt for no additional points. So 3 points for the chili. And along with that, we're having one of these corn muffins. We love these. I have done a video on these. If you haven't seen that before, I'll go ahead and link that up above and down below. But those are 2 points apiece for me, which is gonna make my dinner total for tonight 5 points. Okay, I'm gonna have my hubby give this a try since it's the first time I've made this. He's never had it before.
It smells good.
Oh.
What?
I put the Greek yogurt on yours too. Hopefully that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it would be. And the jalapenos. There are no jalapenos in that.
This was good. There's like a familiar flavor. It's like I've had chili that tasted like that before. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's got a very earthy flavor, and honestly, I think it's because of the carrots.
Oh, okay.
But it's not unpleasant. I think it's very pleasant. Real hearty.
Okay, so it's 3 points for 1.5 cups.
And I like the spice of it with the jalapenos.
Now, would you want to add jalapenos in it.
I would,
Okay.
but you know, I've kind of turned into a spicy food guy.
And the original recipe calls for cayenne pepper, which we never have, so I didn't put that in. So if you want to spice this up, you could put a little bit of that in there. I think it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon or something.
Yeah, that's really good.
Or add some jalapenos. Okay, so you like it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
That is turkey bean and vegetable chili. Again, I will go ahead and link my recipe builder, and I will link the one where I put my changes in, not the original recipe. But you can find the original of this. It's under turkey bean and vegetable chili too. And that was everything we had for dinner on WW this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you on the next one.